Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living Organization to योग वाशिष्ठ ट्रेनिंग सेशन। नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 84। आज हम लोग 84वें सत्र में पहुंच चुके हैं। रोज की तरह आज के सत्र की भी शुरुआत हम लोग 3 बार ओमकार के उच्चारण करते हैं। The way we usually start our session by chanting Om 3 times. Let us all do that. I welcome all our Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers, and all our Facebook viewers to this session. Today we will be looking at a story of Vithawya and his way of meditation, how he thought and ultimately he got into the Atma Drishti, that self-realization, that meditation is something that we will do today. So for the time being, let us all close our eyes and let's chant Om 3 times. Let us sit comfortably, आराम से बैठ जाए, spine erect, गर्दन सीधी, shoulders relaxed. Let us bring back our attention to our breath. Observe the flow of your breath. We started our day by doing sadhana, listening to yoga, Vashishtha. And we have done all the things that we wanted to do throughout the day. Now it's time to relax. सभी प्रकार की चिंताओं से मुक्त विश्राम करें। Drop all your efforts and relax. Let us bring back our attention to this moment. This moment exists on its own. Let us chant Om in this moment. Breathe in. Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम. पुनः पुनः let us express our gratitude towards the divinity, towards the Guru, towards yourself. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us pray to the divinity, to the Master. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the events and the actions that are happening, whatever the thoughts holding on to the mind, and the power of discrimination arising in intellect, if there are any impressions getting created in our memory, and if still there is an iota of that I, me, let all that be inspired by the Master alone. We, the people walking on the path of this liberation, experience that liberation, freedom, mukti, moksha right now, this moment. Or you have already experienced that n number of times in the past. Let this remaining life be inspired by the Master alone. Even if we have to come back here again with a purpose, let that be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside. And with a gentle smile on your face, you may slowly open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. So let us continue with our session today. Today we are celebrating Kojagiri Purnima, and also we are celebrating the Eid. So अपने सारे भाई बहनों को ईद की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, और सभी को कोजागिरी की भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आज बड़ा सुंदर गुरुदेव की आवाज में फुल मून मेडिटेशन भी पूर्ण चंद्रमा के भांति आज फुल मून मेडिटेशन भी हुआ। तो सभी को कोजागिरी की भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और ईद की भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। अपने सत्र को भी आगे बढ़ाते हैं हम लोग। Right now we are in the 5th chapter called Upsham Prakaran on dissolution. How do we dissolve this mind? So Vashishtha Muni is guiding Rama how he can go ahead and how he can work on this, by telling him the different stories and the knowledge that one can learn, the takeaways that one can learn from those stories. So similarly, we have seen the story of Bhas and Vilasa till yesterday. Today we will begin with a new story of Vithawya Muni. There was this sage, there was this Muni called Vithawya. And then he wanted to walk on this path, he wanted to do this own tapascharya, sadhana, and he wanted to contemplate on his mind and reach to the self-realization, self-knowledge, self-realization. How he did that, how he achieved that, how his journey continued, what is the way he adopted. We'll go through each and everything slowly and gradually. This will be our last story of this chapter number 5. We are on sub chapter number 61 now. This will finish 61 and 62. There will be 2 sub chapters, and then we'll be finishing the chapter number 5 Upsham Prakaran, and we'll move towards the last two chapters, that is Nirvana Prakaran, with completely attaining the self-realization. That Nirvana Sthiti, that will be the last chapters of our Yoga Vashishtha. So let us continue with the story of Vithawya. Here Rama is telling that Rama, I have already told you multiple stories that how to dissolve this world, how to eliminate this mind, how the different rishis and munis and even the gods and the danavas and the demons and the people, they have walked on this path like this. So today, once again, how one more rishi, that is one more muni, that is his name was Vithawya Rishi, and how he has achieved, wanted to walk on the path of achieving that nirvikalpa samadhi, the thoughtless, there is no sankalpa, there is no vikalpa, that nirvikalpa samadhi, how he has wanting to attain even that iota of that, the glimpse of that, if he could get with that intention, he started doing his journey. So he explains that when he started journey, he wanted to go into a cave and do a meditation, but he could not find one such cave. So he himself prepared the banana leaves, and with that banana leaves and all other leaves, he prepares his own kutir, means the place where he can sit and do the meditation, parna kutir. So he prepares like that, and he prepares his asana, and finally he goes there and sits there, and then he contemplates. No, so he is now contemplating on how he can do it. Then he says that till now I have been entangled into all these five senses, all these indriyas and its attraction, and this mind and the outer world that it was doing. So just like the monkey, this mind used to go here and there and all these things, just like the waves that arise, all these desires that used to arise. And even if I wanted not to go towards it, how I have been attracted towards it. And then I have now never focused at Atmagana, never focused on myself. But now I will not get entangled into all this thing. I will not get caught up into all these tendencies here, and I will now go ahead and do the self-inquiry. I'll go and become one with my Atma. No, become one with myself. With that intention, with such contemplation, now he starts doing his meditation. So we will now also do that meditation today, and we will see how he has done his meditation to achieve that Atmagana. That is what this will do. Here we will not go to the level of completely Anandamaya and blissful state. No, we know Panchakoshas, we know the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and then Manomaya Kosha. After that, Vijnanamaya Kosha comes, and the last one that comes is the Anandamaya Kosha. So we will take a pause at the level of Manomaya Kosha. We will not leave that kosha and go ahead at the level of Manomaya Kosha. By stopping there, now we will do the contemplation which Vithawya Muni have done that point of time, and we will do the same thing. He guided his own mind, and we will also now guide our own mind in a similar way, exactly in a similar way what Vithawya did. So let's prepare ourselves. If you want to take a quick break, you can take a quick break of and come back, and let's get ready for the meditation now. So sit comfortably wherever you are, aram se baith jaye. Prepare yourself for the meditation. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Can be sitting in a chair, or you can be on the ground, cross-legged position. Whatever is comfortable to you, make yourself comfortable. Place both the hands on your thighs, open to the sky. Let our spine be erect and the neck straight, shoulders relaxed. And let there be gentle smile on your face. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take one more deep breath and let go completely. Let us chant Om 3 times. Breathe in. Let us take our attention to all the surroundings. Listen to all the sounds carefully. Become one with those sounds. Take a deep breath in and as you breathe out, accept all the sounds as they are. Let us bring back our attention to our body. This body is a beautiful gift by the divine to us. Let us honor and respect this body. Let's take our attention to the right foot, right knee, right thigh and hip, and the whole right leg. Left foot, left knee, left thigh and hip, and the whole left leg. Let us take our attention to our genitals, abdomen, stomach and the navel region. Breathe in and let go. Relax totally. Let's take our attention to our chest. Right hand and the right shoulder. Left hand and the left shoulder. Let us take our attention to our throat. Face. And the top of your head. And the whole body. And the whole body. And the whole body. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, accept this body as it is, as a divine gift with honor and respect. Let us bring back our attention to our breath. Every incoming breath energizes our body. A gentle smile on your face, breathe in. And let go, relax. Every outgoing breath relaxes our body and the mind. The gentle smile on your face, take one more deep breath. And as you breathe out, slowly and gradually relax totally. Dropping all your worries, relax totally. Let us take our attention to our thoughts. Let us assume the form of Vithawya Muni now. And the way Vithawya Muni have guided his own mind, let us guide our own mind. Oh mind, how fickle-minded you are. I have never seen you calm, sitting at one place. Oh monkey mind, just like a monkey keeps on jumping from one branch to another branch. You appears to keep from one desire to another desire, from one sense to another sense. As if you have no time to relax. Oh mind, have you not tired of doing all these activities, continuous activities? And what is it, that ego that you carry, that you are the doer and you are the one who suffers? All the five senses are doing their activities. They are perceiving the world, people, object. You are the one who takes the credit of all that and say, I am the doer. I did everything. That foolish pride, that foolish ego, that ahankara you carry. And because of this, all this tendency, you ultimately gets into sorrow, experience the happiness and the sorrow. Get entangled into all the six distortions: greed, anger, pride, jealousy, hatred, and gets into duality of this is good, this is bad, this is mine, this is his, this is like this is like that. And because of this useless discriminations, you again get trapped in this samsara, in this universe. Oh mind, why don't you understand there is no end to these desires? But still you keep on holding to one desire after another desire. And to fulfill that desire, you start doing all the activities one after another. Oh mind, this foolish pride is that you carry. In reality, you are getting everything, that source of energy, that self. It is because of that self you exist. Without that self, what is your value? And despite of this fact, you carry that ego of doership. Sometimes you have experienced that peace when you become one with yourself. You sit and relax. Then, oh my dear friend mind, is it not a good idea to remain in that peace, that joy, that love that you experience when you are with yourself? Oh, my dear mind, now that I have realized I am that self. Now I have experienced my own self. Automatically your existence seems to dissolve. Where do you exist? When someone is sleeping, still the body is there. It is alive. It's purely because of that Chaitanya, that Atma, that self. What role do you play in a sleep? You don't exist at all. Oh, my dear mind, realizing this truth about my own self, now onwards, even if you try to pull me out towards the five senses activities, towards the six distortions, towards the desires, using the firm decision, using the viveka, the power of discrimination, and with the self-realization, I will not allow that to happen. Asato ma sadgramaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly and gradually become aware of your body. Take a normal breath in and let go. Become aware of your surroundings. And slowly and gradually, with a gentle smile on your face, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो। Jai Gurudev, welcome back. So like this, Vashishtha Muni tells Rama, hey Rama, like this, the Vithawya Muni guided his own mind, no, through such a meditation, through such a dhyan. And then after that, through this meditation like this, he kept on practicing it. And then finally, he enters into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now with such a practice, he has learned how to achieve the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and one fine day he enters into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi in the dhyan, in the meditation, and he just stay back there in the same state. And in the same state, he be there, and he almost around 300 years passes like this. He just sitting there and doing this meditation, and after that 300 years, and he gets into the Jagruta Avastha. That point of time, he realized that during these years, all that mud which was flowing from the mountains because of the rain, all that has accumulated, and he has completely submerged in that mud. He is completely buried under that mud. So all the nose, mouth, and all the other holes in the body, they are completely blocked. So all that breathing, that was completely stopped. And only because of that Chaitanya, only because of that consciousness which was there, he was still alive. That flow of breath wasn't there, but just that prana, that jiva, that Chaitanya, it was still there, and because of that, which kept his body alive in a very still manner. Now, in this avastha of this Jagrut avastha, that he is now Jagrut, and his chitta, his mind, at the level of mind only, now he has already attained the Jivan Mukti. He is already Mukta now. He is already liberated. So with that state of mind, in that Jagrut avastha, in that awakened state, through the mind, he start now assuming the different forms, and then he start looking at the different sceneries, and then different experiences now he gets. So he sees himself that he has gone onto the mountain Himalayas, and then there is this Parvata called mountain called Kailasha, and he spends there around 100 years in that Jivan Mukta Sthiti. So he spent that 100 years over there. Then he sees himself the next thing as someone called as Vidyadhar. He has spent in all the happiness another 100 years like that. After that, almost on 5 yugas, Pancha yugas, 5 yugas, he goes and attained the Indrapad, God Indra, and then he go through all the pleasures of that pada. He continue to experience that himself as a Indra, and he experienced the Indrapada. All the things that he does that for continuously like this for almost 5 yugas. And then after that, for the one entire kalp, that's 4 yugas constitute one kalp. For the one entire kalp, he goes and sees himself as the Gana, the Mukhya Gana, means the prime Gana of this Bhagwan called Chandra Mauli Shiva Shankar. Now Shiva Shankar, Bhagwan Shiva Shankar, the God Shiva Shankar has all those Ganas with him. So he becomes the prime, the Mukhya of that main Gana of that thing. And like that, he spent his time over there for one kalp. So during all this period, he has attained all the siddhis, he has attained all the skills, and he has become the Trikaladhya. Trikaladna means now the time is not there for him. He is able to see the things from the Trikala Drishti, means that vision, which is able to go in all the three different lokas, and he is able to do whatever he wanted to. All that is happening because on his level of chitta alone. So now Vashishtha Muni guides Rama like this at the level of his chitta only, that because of that Atma, that thing which was there, because all these things made possible because for the everything, that the location, the sthal and the kal, the time, it is not beyond Atma, it is all encapsulated in Atma alone. So all such things are possible, and with that Shakti, that power of Atma, Vithawya Muni could achieve this, and he could see all these things happening with him. But yet there was no vasana, there was no lust, there was no desires after thing. Just for the sake of experiencing, he was experiencing all these things. But there was not iota of any ahankara, ego, or any vasana. So then there were no karmas that were happening with him. No? But then once when he was that Mukhya, that prime Shiva Gana, that point of time, just like one Ichha that came into his mind, that let me go and see all my previous births also. So he starts looking at all his previous births and his all the different bodies, and ultimately he comes to see himself that okay, that currently his body where he is there in the chitta, he has assumed this Shiva Gana, prime Mukhya Gana, that his body is lying over there, and through his body, that chitta only, he is observing all these things. And now he feels that, oh, the purpose of that body is yet there, that prarabdha is not yet consumed. Let me go and enter into my body. How will you do that? He is not able to take out his body because it is under the mud. So then he goes and enters into the sun's heart. The moment he enters into the sun's heart, the sun realizes that Vithawya's Sukshma Deha, that Linga Deha has entered my heart now, and he understands the purpose behind his coming. And then he orders one of his Gana called Pingala. It's an insect kind of thing. He orders that Pingala. Pingal is what is that called, and it the Vithawya's, that Linga Deva, Sukshma Deva, just like a Vayu, just like air enters, no? He enters into that Pingal. Then that Pingal Gana goes and then it starts digging out all the mud. He enters into all that nose and all the mouth, and he removes all the blockages from his body. And the moment now the Vithawya Sukshma Deha, that Linga Deha, sees his own body, it enters into his body, and all the body functioning starts over there. He comes back to his own rupa. He attains that own form again. So like this continues, and after that, once he completely fully comes back to this stage, now he want to go ahead and practice his samadhi. So that is where all these things comes. And then after doing his samadhi, one fine day he believes that okay, let me go and experience this something called as Videha Mukti. And then how to go ahead and achieve, see that, look at what happens after Videha Mukti is something that he puts his effort and he does all these meditation, samadhi, and what are all the things that he done. We have heard that there were many saints who did this. They left their body, not a suicide, but something else, that they could know that okay, there is a purpose of this body is dissolved now, and then they take the samadhi with body. No, Sadeha Samadhi. For example, Santa Jnaneshwar takes Sanjeevan Samadhi. So how that is there, how one person or one such rishis or munis actually can take that, how that can happen, that is something very interesting to look at, and that will continue ahead. We'll see that thing starting tomorrow. For today, we'll pause here with the meditation of Vithawya Muni, and with his how with level of subtle body, that Sukshma Deha, Linga Deha, he could see all the things, no? All the other Janmas, all other next lives also he looks at, and then how he is finally able to come back to his own body, and then he continues. How does he continues all this practice till that point of time? We have seen this as it happened, as told by Vashishtha Muni to Rama. So now what are our takeaways from this? What is it that we understood? Are there any questions around this? No? Let us do that brainstorm now. You are welcome to ask any question. You are welcome to contribute from your and any additional things that you would like to contribute. Or if you want to describe your takeaways, what are your learnings that you learned from this story till now, you are welcome to express that also. It's completely your decision. So I'm opening this session now, so you can unmute yourself on your own and you will be able to speak. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. I'll take a pause here. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Binna ji, please go ahead.
Yes. आज तो ऐसा मुझे कुछ ऐसा मुझे दिमाग में नहीं आता है ना। अच्छा, जो भी सुना, मेडिटेशन बहुत अच्छा लगा, स्पेशली जो कि पिछली बार भी कराया था आपने तो। एंड वी शुड कीप ऑन डूइंग सच टाइप काइंड ऑफ मेडिटेशन सो दैट माइंड को जैसे अवेयरनेस आ जाती है ना कि ओ वी आर डूइंग दिस थिंग्स, तो डिसॉल्व हो जाता है। दैट इज अ पर्पस। और इतनी हायर लेवल की बातें ये जो अभी आपने जो बताई ना कि एंटरिंग इन अनदर्स बॉडी एंड देन रियलाइजिंग and how he is just trying to put up his point of view, तो ये है ना वो लेवल तक पहुंचने के लिए मतलब हमको यही तो अभी सुन ही रहे हैं। मुझे एक्सपीरियंस जब तक नहीं होता है ना, मुझे लगता नहीं कि मैं उसके लायक भी हूँ कि मैं कुछ बोल पाऊँ। तो it's too early to say about all these things. I can just listen. कल मुझे ना एक डाउट था, तो मैं कल थोड़ा सा एक बहुत अर्जेंट फोन आ गया था तो मैं चली गई थी। क्या मैं उसको पूछ सकती हूँ आज?
जरूर जरूर बीना जी, यस एब्सोल्युटली, एनीथिंग कैन बी हियर, विल सी।
तो कल मुझे जैसे कि आपने बताया था ना कि हमें मतलब हम करता है जो भी है कार्य कर रहे हैं, तो अगर वो कर्ता भाव रहेगा तो वी कैन नॉट रीच टू दैट हाइट्स, यू नो। और ये सब जैसे घड़े का एग्जाम्पल दिया आपने, तो फिर संगीता जी ने बोला था कि घड़ा क्या है और उसका उससे मिट्टी और घड़े के बीच में जो डिफरेंस बताया। तो मैं कहीं अटक गई वहीं पे कि मतलब मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा था कि जैसे संगीता जी ने बोला था ना कि मिट्टी भी कुछ भी नहीं है, तो क्या फिर हमने क्या मिट्टी को फिर क्या अणु परमाणु से भी छोटा समझ के और फिर उसको अल्टीमेट माना है, या क्या हुआ? वो समझ में नहीं आया मुझको। वो थोड़ा सा क्लियर करेंगे मुझे कि अल्टीमेटली आप क्या कन्वे करना चाह रहे थे जब वो कल वो उसमें बोला जा रहा था?
Sure, let us talk about it. So when we see that mitti and gada, these are the two different words which we are using. One we are saying clay, means mitti, and then another one word which we are using is gada. In reality, in both the things, in principle, if you see what is there, that is only clay. घड़े में भी only one shape is there, but ultimately clay ही है. And जो मिट्टी होती है जिसका कोई shape नहीं होता है, वो भी clay ही है. So here the clay is representing that Chaitanya. Not looking at clay as a matter, but looking at clay as an energy. That Chaitanya energy is there, and it is the same energy which is there in the mitti also, normal mitti also, and it is the same energy which is there in the pot also. What is happening? This Chaitanya, this clay, takes the form of a pot. It creates that separateness feeling that I am different than mitti, I'm different than clay. Look at me, I have a shape now. It is just like that Shiva, does it have any shape? No. It is Vikara. There is no shape of that. No, there is no Nirvikara. No, there is no Akar. There is no shape. The same Shiva takes the form of a Jiva here, and this Jiva, that form, is assuming itself so real that pot starts feeling I am so real. Look at me, I am the pot. No, because I am able to carry water. Look at this clay, it's not able to carry anything. See, that ahankara comes, that ego comes, that I am separate than this clay. In reality, is it separate? In reality, it's not separate. And whatever that ahankara that it creates, that it is because of that empty space which is there in the pot. It feels that it's my space. Now, what do we pay for ultimately? We pay for that empty space, right?
Yes.
When we go and purchase the pot, we ultimately pay for that space. And pot is thinking that it is his space now. But in reality, when the pot breaks, can we say that that space and the outside space was different? Can we say the space which is there outside and in our body, that space is different? It's the same space. There is no difference. It was just an illusion which was carried by the pot about it because of its own shape, that I am something different and I'm carrying that space and that space belong to me. It was all mithya. It was all just illusion. It was just kalpit. It was just imaginated thing. No? That is the point which has been communicated here.
Wow, बहुत सुंदर, बहुत अच्छा. और एक और बात आपने जो कल बोली थी ना कि साक्षीत्व और उसमें उसको डिसॉल्व कर देना है ना, जबकि अष्टवक्र गीता में मैं देख रही थी कि आपको साक्षी भाव से रहकर उसको देखना कि व्हाट इज रियलिटी, मतलब रियल और अनरियल में जब हम फर्क करते हैं, है ना, तो हमें तब जाके कब होता है जबकि हम साक्षी भाव में रहते हैं, तब पता चलता है कि ये रियल है, ये कुछ चीजें, और कुछ अनरियल है ना. रियल क्या है, और कॉन्शियसनेस और जो भी आप बोलते हैं, और अनरियल क्या है, जो पेरिशेबल है, जो जिसको कि खत्म हो जाना है ना. द मोमेंट वी बिकम अवेयर ऑफ दैट वन, तो ये सब चीजें पता चलती है, हमारा मोह माया जो भी है वो छूट जाता है. लेकिन आप कल बोले कि वो साक्षित्व को भी डिसॉल्व कर देना है, am I right? है ना, वो साक्षी
कंफ्यूजन यहाँ पे, but you complete remove that confusion.
हाँ, नहीं, वही मुझे पूछना था कि मैं गलत भी समझ सकती हूँ, तो मुझे क्लियर करिएगा कि वो इसमें योग वशिष्ठ में क्या बोला जा रहा है एग्जैक्टली. और क्योंकि अष्टवक्र गीता में जैसे बोला गया है ना कि साक्षी भाव से ही आप उसको रियल और अनरियल का डिफरेंस कर सकते हैं, तो फिर ये जब डिसॉल्व हो गया, जब दोनों डिसॉल्व हो गए, तो फिर रहेगा क्या, मतलब क्या, कहाँ पहुंचना है, फिर क्या करना है, तो क्या रियल है, क्या अनरियल है, क्या उसको भी डिसॉल्व कर देना है, क्या उसको भी साक्षी भाव, फिर साक्षित्व को भी डिसॉल्व कर देना है, तो फिर क्या बचेगा, वो क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था.
Right, I understood the question. Now let us look at what actually has been said here. So we saw that there are three different things. That is what is we said. What we said, there is a drashta, there is a drishya, and then there is a darshan. Now the drashta is who? The drashta here, it's the mind. Okay, and then beyond this there is an ultimate observer. That is that sakshita bhav, that is the atma. आत्मा को कुछ पड़ी नहीं है किसी को चीज को देखने के लिए. आत्मा कोई देखता व्यक्ता नहीं है, वो अपने आप में स्थिर है. No, it is there. Nothing is there. Now, who is we are referring to here as a drashta is the mind. Who is this? Is it your indriya which sees it, or it is your man which sees this? Who experiences those things? It is the mind which experiences. So that is where we are saying that drashta is the mind here. The objects of observers, that is your drishya, that is your scenery, and the process is called as darshan. Now, because of the duality principle, we see these things as separate. We consider and assume in ignorance that the drishya means the objects and the universe, which is perceived through your five senses. That is the process of perceiving, that is darshan. The darshan is the mind. We in ignorance, we say these three things are different. What Yoga Vashishtha is telling us, come on, you are in ignorance. You do not know that in the drishya also there is the Atma, means the ultimate observer. That ultimate observer is there in the drishya also, is there in the darshan, the process also. That process is also not happening outside Atma. That process, that action is also happening inside Atma only. It's not that, okay, I am the Atma and the action is happening outside me. No. आत्मा कोई चीज थोड़ी कि उसमें कुछ वो देखेगा आंखों से और उसको दिखाई देगा, something happening, the घटना, the event is happening outside आत्मा. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. आत्मा is not a limited thing, that things are happening outside आत्मा. Everything, omnipresence, omnipotent is what is self. We really don't know. Whatever we are talking also, this is just an understanding of the reading that we had, and we have to find the anubhav. This is your own swanubhav has to come. What is being said here by Yoga Vashishtha or the knowledgeable people here, that what you are considering, these things are three different things, like your objects, the process of observation, and the man and the mind. They are not three different. In all of them, there is only one Chaitanya. There is only one supreme consciousness. You call it with whatever name you call. You say it Atma, Paramatma, Shiva, Brahma, consciousness, Chaitanya, whatever. Refer it with any identity which you understand, but that is there in all these three. And that is the ultimate observer, which is seeing at itself, doing the activity of the object, representing itself as the object, representing itself as the process of observation, representing itself as the mind. Ultimate observer, that is the Sakshitva. When you refer to Ashtavakra Gita, we are talking about that Sakshitva, that ultimate observer, which we are. The ultimate observer is looking at itself, not looking at anything else outside it. No, I am looking at my own self. That is what the self does. It doesn't do anything else other than that. Other than that, whatever it is being done, it is just the khel of chitta. It's the game of chitta. It is the chitta which is doing. So if you see the chronological order, the chapter number 3, the Utpatti Prakaran, no, how this entire universe is created. It is created that Atma, that chitta, that Atma, that Brahma, Shiva, it gets some vibration, spuran. Why? How? Just like that ocean is there, and in the ocean wave arise. Is there any reason for that? No. Just like that wave arises and it subsides. It subsides also immediately. Like that, in the Atma, this Spuran arise. What is that Spuran? Is that Chaitya. It's called a Chaitya. It's not Chit, ta, tod dena jo tha na. Chit, jo sat, Chit Anand wala Chit means Atma, Paramatma, vahi Chaitanya. Chaitanya wala Chit nahi. Chaitya means Vishaya, Spuran. To fulfill that, it creates the Chitta. Chitta means the mind. Now, in the Chitta of the Parabrahma, it's called Chidakash. And in that Chidakash, now to fulfill his own expressions, now it creates the multiple Brahmandas, multiple universes in the Chidakash. And that one Chidakash has multiple such Brahman, multiple such universes. In that, there are multiple such Chidanus and Chittakash of the different individuals. So our own Chittakash is also there in that Chidakash. And now the one which is imaginated thing of the Chitta of the Brahman, of the Shiva, We are just everything is our chitta, our existence is in being of chitta. In Chidakash is a rich chitta of Brahman. And we all exist in that chitta. The chitta itself is never created. Chidakash is never created. It is imaginary. So something which is imaginary, and in that dream of Shiva, Brahma, we are having our own chitta, and our own chitta, that jiva, feeling that separateness from the own atma, you have got into that individual consciousness of jiva, and now this jiva have formulated all these 7 existence, that I am the self, I am the ahankara, ego, I am smriti, buddhi, and all these things which we know. Art of Living course, those who have done, they know what I'm talking about. So it assumed this. In reality, nothing has created. Even this body, which appears to be so gross to us, it is just imaginated form by the chitta. But in reality, what is there in all these things? This doesn't exist at all. Or if at all you feel that it exists, there is nothing else. It is not outside the Atma. It is inside the Atma. It's inside the Brahma. It's inside the Shiva. All these things exist. This is what is being communicated here in the form of your drashta, which is mind, which is looking at the things, the darshan, the process of looking at it, and darshan means these objects and these things you are perceiving through your 5 senses. It's the same Chaitanya which they exist in all these 3. That is the point of communication.
Wow, beautiful. So it means we have to dissolve, like just like in meditation it happens, no, कि हमें हम वैक्यूम आ जाता है, एक है ना, that state आ जाता है. तो उससे भी ऊपर कोई लेवल है क्या? मीन्स लाइक उससे भी ऊपर है क्या कि जहाँ पे हम ये फील कर सकते हैं, जहाँ पे ये सब डिसॉल्व हो जाए?
बिल्कुल करते हैं. पंचकोशा मेडिटेशन में जब हम लोग ब्लिसफुल स्टेट में जाते हैं, जब सुदर्शन क्रिया के बाद जब हम लोग पूरा तुरीयावस्था में पहुंच चुके होते हैं, वह स्टेट तो वही होता है जब जागृत नहीं है, स्वप्न नहीं है, सुषुप्ति नहीं है, तो बचती अवस्था वो तो तुरीयावस्था बचती है. और तुरीयावस्था का तो अनुभव,
पर इसमें अवेयरनेस रहती है कि मैं हूँ, मतलब मैं सुनती भी हूँ, मैं इंस्ट्रक्शन भी सुनती हूँ.
मैं वाला जो चीज होता है वो माइंड नहीं होता है. माइंड में अगर हो अटके हो तो आप तो तुरीयावस्था में पहुंच ही नहीं पाओगे. उसके पहले तो भावनाओं को क्रॉस करना पड़ेगा. मनोमय कोशा के साथ विज्ञानमय कोशा आता है. विज्ञानमय कोशा को पार कर दोगे तो आनंदमय कोशा. आनंदमय कोशा में आप शांति हो, प्रेम हो, आनंद हो, जो इनफाइनाइट सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी हो, वही आप हो. जब वो फीलिंग अनुभव होता है आपको, तब मन किधर होता है? उधर मन तो नहीं है. अगर मन में हो तो उधर तो पहुंचे ही नहीं. फिर मन भी ड्रॉप हो गया, मन को भी स्वीकार कर लिया. यू एक्चुअली फील दिस. उस वक्त विचार कहाँ होते हैं? जो पहले
विचार नहीं होते, लेकिन अवेयरनेस होती है ना, जैसे कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन दे रहा है, वो अवेयरनेस होती है.
बिल्कुल. तो इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ फुल ऑल द सेल्फ. तो अवेयर होते ही है ना, सेल्फ तो अपने बारे में अवेयर है, तो वो तो अवेयरनेस तो है ही, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. इट्स हैपनिंग. अवेयरनेस तो होता ही है. अवेयरनेस होने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने उस आनंदमय कोशा का अनुभव नहीं लिया. नहीं, आनंदमय कोशा इज सेल्फ प्योर. इसके लिए थोड़ा आपको ना विज्ञान भैरव में जाना पड़ेगा. विज्ञान भैरव में देयर इज वन टर्मिनोलॉजी कॉल्ड प्रकाश विमर्श. यहाँ पे प्रकाश माने उसको बोला है, शिव जो तत्व है वो प्रकाश. बोलते कैसे प्रकाश? वो प्रकाश में वो स्वयं सेल्फ लिमिनस है, वो जानता है कि सेल्फ लिमिनस, लेकिन वो प्रकाश है, लेकिन वो सेल्फ अवेयर भी है कि वो प्रकाश. ऐसा नहीं कि प्रकाश है करके छोड़ दिया. उसको वहां पे विमर्श कहा गया. नो, प्रकाश विमर्श. विमर्श माने सेल्फ अवेयर. तो को तो सेल्फ के बारे में अवेयरनेस हमेशा से ही था, रहेगा और हमेशा से ही है. ऐसा नहीं कि अभी अवेयर हुआ, नहीं, वो हमेशा से ही अवेयरनेस है. और जब आप उस स्थिति में अपने सेल्फ के पास पहुंच जाते हो, तब भी आपको भी अवेयरनेस होता ही है, नो डाउट अबाउट. बट इट इज नॉट जागृत अवस्था. बट अवेयरनेस नहीं खोया आपने. यू आर स्टिल अवेयर. अवेयरनेस, और ये अवेयरनेस में रहना इटसेल्फ इज तो समाधि है. यही तो समाधि है. और वो हमको ऐसा लगता है कि वो सिर्फ हम लोग ध्यान करते हैं, मेडिटेशन के रूप में ही फॉर्मेट में होती है. तो एक वशिष्ठ मुनि यहाँ पे योग वशिष्ठ में क्लियरली बोल रहे हैं कि जब आप ज्ञान की समाधि में आ जाते हो ना, तो 24/7 आप अवेयर ही रहते हो। यदि आपके सामने कुछ घटना घट गई, आपके सामने एक सुंदर सी लड़की आ गई, आपके सामने गुलाब जामुन आ गया, आपने देखा कि गुलाब जामुन आया और मेरे अंदर एक कुछ तो उठा, वो आनंद मेरे अंदर ही है, अभी मुझे उसको खाने की जरूरत नहीं है, उस लड़की को मुझे छूने की जरूरत नहीं है, उस लड़के को मुझे छूने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसके साथ सेक्स और संभोग करने की जरूरत नहीं। वो जो आनंद जो उठा है वो मेरे अंदर है, और मैंने तो उस आनंद को प्राप्त कर लिया है। तो वो अवेयरनेस आ गया तो बात खत्म। यू आर नॉट एंटेंगल्ड इन इट। जो सारे जो विकार जो होता है, काम क्रोध लोभ मदम मत्सर, आते ही नहीं है। सामने वाले ने आपको कुछ 2-4 शब्द कह दे, अप्रिय शब्द कह दे, आपने गुस्सा, आपको लगा, तो आपने लगा ये तो मेरे अंदर ही उठा, लेकिन ये तो मेरा स्वभाव ही नहीं। आई एम अवेयर। जैसे ही आप अवेयरनेस में आ जाते हो किसी भी प्रति, क्या आप गुस्सा करते हो उस वक्त? कर ही नहीं पाते, अवेयरनेस आ गया। अवेयरनेस में होना है तो बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो इफ यू आर अवेयर, अवेयरनेस में होते तभी गुरुदेव बोलते कि ब्रीद इन तो ब्रीद इन करते हैं, क्योंकि सोए नहीं, सोए होते में रहते तो ब्रीद इन ना करते। सोए हुए आदमी को बोलो, जाके पूछो उसका नाम कि तुम सोए हो क्या, यदि उत्तर देता है हाँ, माने सोया नहीं है, और वो देता है मतलब सोया है, माने उसका मौन रहना ही सही उत्तर है उसका। तो इसलिए बोलते कि तुमने जाना क्या खुद को, डू यू नो हु यू आर? तो गुरुदेव बोलते चुप बैठ जाओ, बोलो मत कुछ, चुप बैठ जाओ, मौन में चले जाओ, कुछ बोलोगे तो फिर
जाना नहीं है अभी।
हाँ, जाना नहीं है फिर अभी। तो ये सारी चीजें हैं, तो उसका अवेयरनेस होना ये बहुत
बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत सुंदर, बहुत अच्छा। गॉड ब्लेस यू।
जय गुरुदेव जी। किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त करना है, जरूर आप अनम्यूट करके व्यक्त कर सकते हैं। इफ नॉट देन आज का इस सत्र हम लोग यहीं पे रोक लेते हैं, समापन कर लेते हैं, ताकि पुनः एक बार कर मिल पाए। जय गुरुदेव।